Hello, beloved. After a long day at work, I am headed to sit at table and share a meal. A simple meal of soup and sandwiches and bread. And being at table to remember, as is my tradition, to observe Maundy Thursday and to remember that there are those who sit in their communities and with their loved ones and share meals and sacred time and do not know it will be the last time. There are those souls who sit and share a meal or a cup of coffee or preferably tea and do not know that one of them may be disappeared by our own government. There are those who sit and enjoy and share meals and time and do not know that it will be the last time. In the story, in my tradition, a meal was shared by a person who other people found life within, who offered teachings that ran counter to much of the corruption, the occupation, the dehumanizing spaces of their society, and who offered a way of living that was inclusive and empathetic and generous in its scope and welcoming and loving, but also that called power to account, that refused to be cowed. And that person and the people closest to him gathered in an upper room of a building and shared a meal that many of them did not realize in the moment had major ramifications that would resonate and be retold and replayed over and over and over and over and over and over again for millions upon millions of others who came after. They couldn't have known in that moment. We don't know in the moment when we are making history, when we are living history that will be remembered. Most of what we do, most of our lives, will only be remembered in bits and pieces and as whole groups, as entire eras, as centuries. Most of what most of us do will not be in particularity, but will become part of the larger whole once we are no more in this life. But every once in a great while, we become part of something that changes everything. And conversely, every once and every while is something and changes what is. So on this Maundy Thursday, I'm going to go have a meal with some beloved souls and live in the remembering and craft a memory. And I may not, and others may not, remember the particularities of this evening long after it has passed. But in this moment, and in the next few moments, it is what is sacred, transformative, and necessary. Insist on the goodness in your life. Insist on the hope you can embody. Insist on remembering. Insist on bearing witness. Insist on being present. Insist on being alive as fully as possible every moment. Blessings on the journey. You are not alone.